This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is just something that I want to, again, something I was meditating on. Just want to put my meditations out there into a video. And this will be pretty much more geared towards newer people that are coming into this faith. Now, at one point, we were all new, and, when you first hear the word, it's like, it's sweet in your mouth. So, you want to go tell everybody. You want to go tell your friends. You want to go tell your mother or father. You want to tell all your relatives, everybody. If you're in school, you want to tell everybody, right? Hence, gospel, right? The good news that, hey, we're the Israelites. Hey, we're God's chosen people. Hey, God loves us. Hey, we're going to get out of this shithole. It's sweet. It sounds great until the bitter comes. And then you realize that what? You're talking to people who are dead. And when I mean dead, I'm not talking about actually dead. I'm talking about spiritually dead. Hence the reason why I started off with Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. Again, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. What understanding? The proper understanding of the scriptures. Because, you could have the Bible. You can know certain precepts, but it's about having the proper understanding of the scriptures. Well, who is this book truly for? What is this book actually saying? What is the true breakdowns? What is the true understanding of certain things? If you wander out of that, then you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. And that's what it's like for you newcomers, that's what you're going to experience when you first come into this truth, as we've all experienced that. Right? I'll even give, slight testimony. Me, when I first came into the truth, the Spirit was always adamant on me to do this, even from the beginning. But the Spirit was like, it's okay if you tell certain friends. And specifically, it's okay if you tell your father and your mother. But if, for whatever reason, anybody outside of that, the Spirit was like, don't waste your time. I've always felt like that. And still, even to this day, the Spirit always has me like, don't even waste your time. You could go tell your father. You could go tell your mother. You could go tell some of your friends. But anybody else other than that, don't waste your time. They're not going to get it. And even to this day, I still feel that feeling. But took the truth to, obviously, father, mother. But they didn't hear me. Now, again, when you first come to this truth, again, it's sweet. Hey, we're the Israelites. Hey, we're God's chosen people. Hey, we're loved. Like this shithole, this craziness that we're going through, it's not going to be forever. It's sweet. It's great. But then you got to deal with the bitter, where it's like you got to deal with your people. And when you're into that infancy stage where you're fresh and you're new, what? You're going to go tell your family and your friends, especially your immediate family, and they're going to look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? You may even verbatim say what brothers say, parrot what brothers say, bring it out, and they're going to look at you like it's like talking to someone who's dead. It's like talking to a skeleton. Imagine you giving the good news to a skeleton, right? Think about it. You think that skeleton is just nothing but bones. You think that skeleton is hearing you. You think that they seeing what you seeing? No. That's what it's like talking to 2/3 of our people, right? And the 2/3 of our people is 2/3 that are in the land of America. That's what it's like talking to them. You could put the Bible to their face, do the whole boondocks shit, and read, nigga, read. They're not going to see what you're talking about. They're not going to hear. That's why Yahweh Shai always said what? Those who have an ear to hear, and eyes to see. Roughly paraphrasing. I know I apologize. I kind of butchered that. I think it's how it goes. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. It's not talking about actually, because obviously people who are hearing him and hearing him talk, they obviously have ears. It's talking about having spiritual ears, having spiritual eyes. This is why when you go to, Matthew, this is 13. I'm going to start verse 10, but before verse 10, he gives the parable of the sower. Right? And the sower is sowing a seed by the wayside, some on stony ground, some on good soil, some fell among the thorns, and it's supposed to represent something. Then his disciples come to him right after he had done that. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? So he gave a parable to the people, right? So the disciples, after they heard him give it, they're like, why is he talking to him like that? Why doesn't he just tell him plainly what he means? Like, right? And they probably have seen him do this numerous times, right? So it's something that's like, yo, he's always talking to them in parables. Like, why? So go ahead and ask him. Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. See, the mysteries, the understanding is given to certain, right? Which even the disciples represent what? A small group of people. So not everybody is going to understand this. This is why you can pull out all these precepts. You can read it verbatim. You can show them it right there. They will look at you or act like an actual skeleton would. Imagine you're talking to a skeleton and you're reading them the precepts in the scriptures, right? Parroting what brother's saying, and what? That skeleton ain't seeing no precepts that you're bringing out. That skeleton ain't hearing nothing. Why? Because the skeleton is dead. You're talking to someone who is dead. The spirit makes us alive. And 2/3 of our people are dead, but not actually dead, but spiritually dead. That's why they can't spiritually hear. That's why they can't spiritually see. And that was something that was appointed unto them. No matter how many good words that you bring unto them, bring them the gospel, they were not appointed to see. There were some who were appointed to see and some who were appointed not to see. That's why Yahushua said, It is given unto you. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears that they hear. It is not given unto everybody to see and hear. This is Isaiah chapter 6. Now I'll start verse 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, Here I am, send me. And he said, Go tell this people, Hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. See? So let's go back to verse 9. And he said, Go and tell this people, which who is this people? Our people, right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are Israelites. Regardless if they hear or forbear, regardless if they can see it or not, they're the Israelites. Hear ye indeed, but understand not. See ye indeed, but perceive not. They hear what we're saying, but yet they can't actually hear what we're saying because it wasn't given unto them to hear what we're saying. They can see the prophecies happening around, but they still don't really see. They see that things is getting worse, but why is it that they can't see? Hey, now some people do, but the majority of them, why is it that they can't see that, hey, maybe those crazy dudes on the corners, maybe they were actually right? Why is it that some of your family members, right, won't come back to you and say, maybe my son or maybe my father, maybe my mother, or maybe my brother had a point on the stuff he was telling me. Maybe I should go to him and really seek before it's too late. Let me get right with God before it's too late. Because he seems to know what's going on. Because everything that he was telling me, I can see that it's happening now. Like before when he told me I wasn't seeing it, but now I could clearly see it. It's bright as day now. But why is it that they still can't see it? Because verse 10, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. See, hearing the truth heals you, right? Hearing the gospel is a true healing. But the Lord has appointed 2/3 of our people to not be healed, to not see it, right? That's why when you read in Isaiah, the first chapter, it talks about, let me get it real quick. Start at verse 4. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 4. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. And that's what 2/3 of our people continuously do. They cannot see that their actions and the things that they do anger the Lord and warrant his wrath, which is his judgment. Verse 5, why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint, which the heart is the mind. From the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds, bruises, and putrefying sores. See, that's what our people have, but not physically having putrefying sores, not physically, right, having wounds and bruises, but spiritually having wounds and bruises. And again, the gospel heals those things. It heals those wounds. It heals those putrefying sores. But 2/3 of our people are not appointed to see it, are not appointed to be healed. So therefore, they're going to revolt more and more until they be destroyed. Right? So again, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. See? Which again, the good news, the truth, the gospel, that's what it does. It heals those wounds, spiritual wounds. It heals those bruises. It heals those putrefying sores. And that's why what? We're able to see and hear and know, hey, I was going off. What I was doing was not correct. Let me get myself right. The same thing you would do if you have a bruise or a wound. You would tend to it, right? Because you don't want the infection to spread. That's what the problem. Our people are infected with sin. And they just keep doing it and just keep infecting and infecting and what? Infecting others. But we saw, hey, we got infection. We got sickness. We got to stop it. We got to cut it off. I got to tend to this before this becomes an issue. See, that's what the gospel does. But 2/3 of our people have been appointed unto not hearing, unto not healing. And no matter how much you may bring this out to them, no matter how much you tell them no, they're still going to believe in Jesus Christ. They're still going to believe in these false gods. They're still going to believe in America. They're still going to believe in Esau because that's what they've been appointed unto. No matter how much precepts you bring out, no matter how much this, no matter how much that, no matter how much you may want them to see, they're not going to see because you're talking to someone who is dead. And again, not physically dead, but imagine like a skeleton. Imagine bringing out precepts and telling the gospel, the good news to a skeleton. They can't see or hear. And that's what 2/3 of our people have been appointed unto. They can't see or hear spiritually. And for that, they're going to be destroyed. So, just wanted to make this short and brief and to the point. So I pray that this video has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Quadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings all for Shalom.